Hi, I'm Cedric from Ratings.com. We are testing today the Sony X900E. The Sony X900E is a mid-range TV with a full array local dimming backlight. It's a great, well-rounded TV, especially considering the price. The Sony X900E comes in 4 sizes, from 49 up to 75. We bought the 55-inch for review. Let's take a look at the design before talking about the picture quality. The design of the X900E is typical for a Sony TV. It has a functional look without anything fancy like the other brands. The borders are quite thin and look good. It has a center stand which is sturdy. The TV has an average thickness from the side. It may stick out a little bit if you want to mount it, but it won't really be an issue. Most of the inputs are on the side of the TV, but some are also at the back, which is not ideal if you want to mount it. The 55-inch comes with a big power brick, which gets pretty hot when the TV is on, so make sure you place it in a place with a good airflow. Now for the part of the video that you care about, the picture quality measurements. The native contrast ratio is good. It doesn't get really much better than this for an LCD TV. The blacks are even better when you turn on the local dimming feature. It's not the best full array local dimming, since it doesn't have a lot of zones, but it's still better than most edge-lit TVs. You will notice blooming from time to time, but nothing major like on Samsung TVs. The uniformity of the screen is good. The edges and corners are a little bit darker though, but nothing really noticeable under normal content. There isn't much dirty screen effect in the middle of the screen, which is good. The motion handling is great. The response time is good across all transitions, so you won't notice a long trail following moving objects. The input lag is about 30 milliseconds, no matter the signal you send, including HDR. This is good, especially if you are using the PS4 Pro. So this is a good TV to play video games. It is also good to play video games on a PC, since it supports a 120Hz input at 1080p. It doesn't show up in the EDID though, so you will need to create a custom resolution for it. The main downside of the Sony X900E is the viewing angle. Like most LCD TVs, it loses colors when you are watching from the side. So if you have a wide living room, this TV will work, but OLED TVs are better at an angle. It has a semi-gloss finish, so the reflections are what you would expect for a TV, and it will not be an issue. The Sony X900E is a fairly bright TV. The good thing is it can maintain the brightness for a very long time. You can see in this chart that most TVs have very short peak brightness and then drop to a lower sustained level. But this isn't the case for the new Sony TVs like the X900E. The color volume is decent and in line with most high-end HDR TVs. The color gamut is wide enough to benefit from HDR, but it's not quite as good as the QLED TVs from Samsung. Now for the smart features. The Sony X900E uses Android TV, which is a bit slow and hard to navigate, but it works and it has a lot of apps. The remote included is basic and works well. The pricier Sony X930E is even better and it can get almost twice as bright. Besides that, they are relatively similar, so the price difference is not really worth it. Most people should save their money and opt for the cheaper X900E instead. In conclusion, the Sony X900E is a great TV. It is well-rounded, so it will work great no matter your usage. Its only real downside is the viewing angle. It is still a little bit early in the year, but it will most likely be our top recommendations for a mid-range TV in 2017. It's of course not as good as OLED, but it's not in the same price range either. So if you're considering the Sony X900E, go for it, it's a great TV. You can see our full measurements and up-to-date recommendations on our website. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and see you next time.